Hello, everyone. Hi. Yes, we are here again. Welcome to another episode of the Question Live Show with your host, me, Verona Willis-Brown. And we are here on another great episode. So I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Now, listen, you know what we do here. Now, if this is your first time, honey, yes, we're going to go into some stuff. So if this is your first time seeing me, hearing me, never heard of the show before, never heard of the Question Live Show, just know that you're in a good place and we welcome you right here. So good, welcome. If this is your first time tuning in, look for the comment section. No, right there. Look for it right there. Type in the comment section that it is your first time so we can give you a special welcome. Absolutely. And for those who are tuning in over time and time again, I want to say welcome to you, because you show up, I show up, we show up together, and that is what we do when we are supporting each other. Remember, when you show up, you're not showing up for yourself, you're showing up for your family, your community, and generations to come. So let us show up with a willing heart and great intentions. So good. So now we get that out of the way. Listen, first timers, we do have some rules here. They're baby rules. They're like house rules that we have here. Now, what are they? They're very tiny, so don't let the word rule shake your heart, okay? They're tiny rules. Anywhere you go, there are rules. Whether you go to my house, I go to your house, you go to church, you go to school, around the world, there are rules. So don't you worry about them. They're very simple. And rule number one is, if you're looking at me, you're hearing me, and I spotlight your name or I call your name, simply mean you. Yep, you are in the live audience. And when you're in the live audience, I encourage you to look right there for the share button and click it. And when you click it, you're going to share it and invite someone else to come on into the live. Yes, Listen up. Sharing the live is like sharing fresh food. Food that just come out of the oven or off the stove. The one that your mama make. The one that you call your favorite meal. And you want to share it. Absolutely. Now, if you don't see me spotlight your name or call your name and you in the back somewhere that I don't know that you're there, hey, kudos to you. But if you are watching this on the replay, now you're going to do the same thing. Look right there for the share button and you're going to click and you're going to share as well. Because when you share the replay, hashtag it first, share the replay. When you share that replay, it's like sharing leftover food. So I might sound cliche when we say share it is caring, but listen, sharing is not just caring. Sharing is a part of our DNA and caring is a part of our DNA as well. So we want to share and we want to care. So let's put those together and share. So that's rule number one. Rule number two is very simple. Grab yourself something to write with, whether it is a pen, a pencil, a marker, a crayon, maybe a piece of feather. Now, if you do have a piece of feather, you need some ink or you need some paint to dip it in, scribble, scrabble, and we go on with that. Yes. And if you have that, you might want to grab yourself a notebook or a piece of paper. Now, if you don't have that, you might want to use what? Your devices. And if you open your devices, there's a blank page somewhere. Find that blank page and get ready to write things down. Now, if you don't have a blank page, just text something to yourself. Text to yourself. Now, you might be saying, Verona, what is it that you're encouraging us to write? Listen, I am telling you here at the Question Live Show, we drop juicy contents and golden nuggets, and I encourage you to write them down. For one reason, writing is good for you. It extracts the very thoughts out of your head and you put it on paper and then it becomes reality. Now, if you write one word is one equal to a sentence equal to another sentence, then it equal to a paragraph, then a paragraph to a page, and a page to another page. As a result, you get an entire book. Now, we all got stories inside of us, so we want to extract those stories out and bring them to reality. Now, the next rule is, great, okay? So grab your stuff. Get yourself something to drink, whether it is water, wine, tea, juice, smoothie, porridge, something, popsicle, whatever it is that you drink. I don't care what is it that you drink. Whatever is it that you drink, just put in the comment section so we can know what is it that you're drinking. Not because I want to be nosy of what you're drinking, but here we celebrate each other. Whether it's a small win or big win, we celebrate each other. So I raise my glass, you raise your cup, you raise your spoon, whatever is it, we raise it together, because when we raise it together, we are celebrating each other, we're supporting each other, and we are lifting each other up. Yes, it's good. Next rule is if you need to use the bathroom, whether it's to the right or to the left, wherever your bathroom is located, please go now. Absolutely go now and come right back. And when you come right back, you're just going to grab your seat right here, because grabbing your seat is like having your seat reserved in life, just like that. Because on your seat in life is your name. Your name is stamped there with your intention, your expectation, your goals, your talents, your destiny, your purpose is there. And inside of that is greatness. Yes, greatness is in there. Now, if you hand over your seat, it's like handing over your birthright. And we're not in that. We're not in the business of handing over no birthright, because we're not handing over our greatness. We want to ignite our greatness together. Now, ladies, anywhere we go, there's always a line to a bathroom. So if you're anywhere and there's a line, I need to talk to you. So if you're in your house and there's a line in your bathroom, we need to have a conversation, right? Good. So with that said, I ask you please to drink something on my behalf, because I'm the one doing all the talking. Good. So when you drink on my behalf, that's supporting me. And you see, I usually show up with my water. One, because I believe in drinking water. Water quenches the thirst and it hydrates the system. And two, Jesus turned water into wine. And I believe in miracle, because he's the best miracle worker. I believe in him. So yes, that is it. We must have a belief system. Yes, we should. Good. Next one is, it's very simple. If I say something here and it resonates with you, Whether it hit your heart or your mind somewhere, it hit you, just put in the comment section, yes. Right, yes. So you put that right there. And when you put that right there, you know that something is happening. Something is happening. Now, I want to throw this in there. Now, listen, this is not a dialogue. And tonight is going to show that this is really not a dialogue, because I just want to let you know we do have a guest tonight. No, I did not put the guest up so you can know who it is. It is maybe a surprise. It is Friday. For me, it is Friday. For some people, it is Saturday. So it is Friday for me. Friday is fun. Friday is funky. Friday is fantastic. Friday is finance. Woo! We are going to talk about finance. So we are going to go into that. So with that said, for those who went to the bathroom, while we wait for them, let me jump right into the audience and welcome a few people. Let's welcome Georgia. Welcome. Which one? This one? Okay, welcome. Thank you. I've done everything already, so I don't. No, when intermission, then you can get up and go get something else. I stretch your legs or whatever you got to do at intermission. Thank you kindly. And Yasmin is grabbing her seat and her pen and her pencil. She is ready to rumble. Now listen to me. If this is your first time, just to let you know, we are family here. So if you notice, we are greeting each other because it's good for us to greet each other, to acknowledge that we see each other. It is very important. So if this is your first time, join the wagon and say welcome as well. Absolutely. So good. So yes, right back at you. Yes. MC Legacy, yes, indeed. So let me tell you, I am going to stop talking. What am I drinking here? I am having pineapple and ginger. Yes, right here. Pineapple and ginger drink. So yes, I like to drink my nice fresh drink. So with that said, I am going to be quiet for a while. And guess what I am going to do while everybody who is in the bathroom? Well, guess what? If they miss out on this, then they're just going to have to miss out, because I don't know what's taking them so long. But if you are ready for this Friday, we are going to talk about some finance. We're going to talk about some hism. We talked about this last night, but you see what I did last night? I gave you 4 categories last night, but tonight we are going to jump in a big one, a big struggleism. The hism of finance. We are going to talk about it tonight. So sit back, pull up yourself, and brace yourself, because let me welcome our guest for tonight is so don't pay me no mind on that, right? Our guest tonight, let me welcome her on screen. Right here we have Miriam. Welcome to the show. How are you? Can you hear us? Us?
So good evening. It's Friday.
There she is. Welcome.
Thank you for having me on this fun, fantastic Friday.
Yes, and indeed. And Finance Friday.
And in this fun, fantastic Friday, we'll be talking about finance. So all the F word. Yes. Nice F word.
F word.
Yes.
Brought to you by the letter F. Yes. So last night we talk about all the struggleism, all of them, the ism. So tonight we are going to jump in some ism of finance. Tell the audience a little bit about who you are and all that good stuff. So before we run into it.
Okay, I'm Miriam Edwards, EA. I am from Bronx, New York. I am an enroll agent or tax resolution specialist. I take care of tax needs, take care of all of those needs. So to keep us on the right track that Uncle Sam doesn't come after us, and we'll have enough to spend, we'll have enough to go around. That's the short form of my introduction because I want to go into the fun financial fact tonight.
Excellent, excellent. Yes. See, that's it. That's what we want to do. We want to jump into it. And you heard she said Uncle Sam. Now she talking about Uncle Sam. So if you're in the US, you know Uncle Sam. And if you're out of the US, you probably heard of Uncle Sam too. Because everybody want to have an uncle. But sometimes we just don't want to have that uncle because there's a specific that uncle that we don't want around in the family. And there we go. We have an uncle that we talk about, Uncle Sam. Anybody who don't know Uncle Sam? Is that you want to know him or you don't want to know him? So yeah. Ah, yeah, absolutely. Welcome, Sharon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So if you want to know about Uncle Sam, let me tell you, she's a specialist. You see, I like specialists. I like ism, all these stuff because it's perfect mingle, mix and mingle into exactly what we want to talk about. So we want to jump right into um, like I said last night, we talked about some ism. So tonight we want to talk about how to survive financial struggleism. We want to talk about that ism. So how we can get through all this struggle that we're facing. So jump right into it and let's talk about how can we budget ourselves because when we talk about finance, you see, when we talk about finance, there's something about finance that scare us. There's something about it that
That's right.
scare us. So tell us some of the ways that we can get through this ism of finance.
Okay, so one of the simplest form of getting through this ism of finance is, let's start with the simple thing as a budget. I know all of us from we were going to school, little children, our mother, our father, or our guardian used to give us paper. Okay, for me, let me tell you what they normally say. You're gonna buy 1 pound of sugar, 1 pound of flour, quarter pound of saltfish, and the list goes on. Now, as we grow older, we move away from those little easy little things, which of course those were building blocks our parents was teaching us on how to manage the little we have so it can spread right across the board. As we as we become adults, we realize that we go to school, go to college, and there are principles that we were taught, but when we go into the work world, we seem to forget them. So mother, father, guardian, when we were young, teaching us how to manage the little we have. So the simple thing of budget, and we're just going to work on those little things today. Before you go to the store, write down what is it you need to buy. No more binge buying, no more eye shopping, no more buy all or see what you can buy or buy what you see or eat all you can eat. They have all you can buy. No more of that because we know none of us have extensive resource of finance. We have a limited resource, especially we are working people. We have a salary which is capped, and with that salary, the list again, Verona taught us we must always have something to write with. The list, we have the rent or the mortgage. We have student loan for those who went to college. We have the food bill. We have the car note. We have and we have and we have. So what is our income? And the income is what you get after taxes. So if your weekly income is $3,000, that's not what you get to carry home. You look at the bottom line, the net after tax, and that is what we have to spend. Out of that, the rent, the mortgage, the car note is already spoken for. So we have a little bit to go around. So instead of living above our means, let's budget every cent. Let's write down what we need, how this is going to go around, and stay within our budget. Stay within our budget because we don't have 3,000. We only have, after we take out the major thing, the mortgage, the rent, because of course if we don't pay the mortgage or the rent, we will be thrown out very soon. We will not have somewhere to live, and we will not be able to keep the job that we got the money to pay the bill. So let's go back to budgeting 101. Make a list. If it's not on the list, do not buy it because you don't need it. Without a list, you will go and you will pick up what you see or what you feel. Another thing I learned in finance, or how to take care of the little we have, go to the store when you're filled. Go to the when you're buying grocery, when you're buying things for the house, go when you're filled. A matter of fact, the first thing, you make a list. Second, go when you're filled. When you go filled, you will not pick up things you don't need. That's for grocery shopping. For other shopping, whether for the kids, clothing, or for yourself, eye shopping, if for me, I make sure I don't do eye shop because there are some things I don't have any discipline per se. So in order to discipline myself, if I need something at the store, I make sure go online, see what it is, and then I go specifically to pick that up. If we balance that way, we will be able to hold on to a little bit more of what we have instead of spending all of it. Because it's nice when we get our salary at the end of the week, it looks so nice. But if we're not careful, we spend it on things that was not budgeted for. We spend it on things that we did not put in the equation. And guess what? We end up with a deficit. A deficit is no good because we will end up either borrowing money from someone else, and it's the same salary that we're going to get the following week. So if we keep doing that, we will end up in problems. And this is the reason a lot of people end up stealing, end up in doing other things in order to manage or balance their budget. So if you don't have it, don't spend it. If you have a little, let's see how we can budget, and we will be able to live within our means. Because if we're not able to take care of the little, when the huge windfall comes, we will not be able to manage it because we were not good stewards of the little we have with budgeting, writing everything that we need. We may have something left because we did a very good job. So when the 10,000, the 50,000 comes, we will be able to manage, and we will be able to save for rainy day because we were a good steward of the little we have. And now we are good steward of the big sum. So budgeting 101, make a list, stay within your means, and tick off each time you get what was on that list. Thank you. Make sure we stick to this. And as time goes on, when when the windfall, when the overflow comes, we can talk about how and where to put what you need, where to put what you have so it can grow, it can expand. Until then, Budget 101, make your list.
very, very much. Thank you so much because let me tell you, we are going to have the ism. We are going to have the ism one way or the other. And we want to go to this ism. Yes, it is. It is an ism. And we want to go through this. Thank you so much. Audience, listen, give your support right here. Drop in your support. Put your emoji hands, your clap emoji, whatever is it that your emoji that respond to support. Put it right there. But let me tell you, Miriam dropped some stuff, right? Sister Miriam right here dropped some things. And if you weren't paying attention, it will go over your head. But she mentioned something that I've been saying to you. Write things down. Write things down. Extract things out of your head and write them down.
That's right.
It's very important. I'm not just telling you every week I come on to tell you to grab your pens and your paper. I am telling you it is very important that you write things down because sometimes you think of something, I'm going to go to the grocery. And then when you think about going to the grocery, if you don't write a list, you end up buying the entire supermarket.
That's right.
Because you're like, you know what? I need that. Oh, wait, I should get that. Oh, wait, you know what? I think I need that. And you start thinking, oh, I think I need that. And guess what? Most of the time when we do that, the very thing that we think we need, that we purchase, we have it at home.
That's right. And at Queen Verona, Stephen Covey said one important thing. He said, effective people are guided by their mission and managed their lives according to principles. So, simple principle, write things down.
Right. That is, and that goes for everything. That goes for whether it's finance, whether it is emotional stuff, mental stuff, spiritual stuff. No matter what category we're in, writing things down is a form of principle. We must build this out. We must learn to build this kind of principle that use your pen, your pencil, whatever I told you to write with, use it. You know, growing up, sometime what we used to do when we don't have a piece of paper, we used to write in our hand middle. We used to write in our hand middle.
That's true.
Listen, people, when we didn't have no paper and we want to remember something, write it here. I just hope and pray that you don't go wash your hands nowhere.
Or you don't sweat it off.
Or you're not the person who sweat a lot and sweat in your hand, because you know some people got sweaty hands.
Yes.
And you sit there, you're like, what does that say again? Because now it's sweated out, you can't get it back, you know. But the fact of the matter is that it was written down.
That's right.
It was written down, and this is what I encourage you all the time. People, audience, listeners, viewers, please write things down. Because when it wasn't written in my hand, it was at the back of my hand, it was somewhere. It had to be written down. Okay? You don't have a paper, you have a piece of brown paper, whatever it is, just write things down. And I like that a lot, because when we are talking about budget, we are talking about finance. We are talking about budget. We are talking about how we are going to detail out finance. And you gave a few details here. And that is it. Detail out that budget. Detail out that budget. And when you detail out that budget, you will see. Because if you got $5, what you going to take $1 to do? Oh, you got $4 remaining. What are you going to take the other dollar to do? You're going to have $2 remaining. So each time you take something from your $5, you are minusing something. And if you're not replacing it right away, you in the minus. You're going down. You're going down. So when you're looking like, oh, I started out with $5. What did you spend that $1 on? Why you only got $4? So be detailed of how you want to spend that money. Otherwise, you're going to fall into that ism of finance, and you're going to be stuck in there, and you just might develop something else in that ism. You might develop something in that ism, because believe me, I told her this last night, and this is a continuation of last night, that when it comes to struggleism, it don't respect nobody. It is not prejudice. And it is not racist either.
Not color coded.
It is not color coded. It's like, oh yeah, let me get Miriam because you see, Miriam is in the US or another, and Yasmin is in the UK and all that stuff. Oh, let me just no, 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 no. It is every single where. And you mentioned something
Universal.
again. Be specific. Be specific. Be specific. Audience. And here's the other thing, and I like this. I like this. Be responsible for the little bit that you got. Because if you're not responsible for that little bit, now you get a lot, you are going to be irresponsible just the same way. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. You see, growing up, we learn this, and because we are on finance, because we're brought to you by the letter F tonight. Growing up, we learn how to budget and we learn how to save. Because if you just born today, well, you don't know this. Okay, you don't know this. So if you just born today, well, you're in the right place right now. If you just born yesterday, 5 days ago, you're in the right place right now with your parents. Because growing up, we learned the piggy bank. We had that piggy bank. So for those of you in the audience, if you recall having your piggy bank tucked maybe underneath your bed, if you had that piggy bank underneath your bed, putting up some change up in there, and let me know I'm not the only one that know about this piggy bank, and it was pink. Then they start making different colors, red and blue and different colors. But it was pink piggy bank. So we learned how to budget and how to save very, very early. So if you don't know anything about this piggy bank, you just born today. Yes. Georgia, if you have comments, please put them in there in the comment section. Yes. So that was a great presentation, and Miriam going to be leaving with such a great presentation. We want to thank her so much. Let me see. Georgia said, "Thank you, Miriam. Well said. Glad you are on. Been doing some of the things you said, and my husband always said, eat first before we go shopping." Absolutely. Yes, indeed. So we want to thank you so much, Miriam, for showing up. Thank you so much for this information. Please, audience, take consideration. Write these things, information down. As we say thank you to Miriam, we are going to roll into the second half of this session. Miriam, do you have anything else to say before you go?
Just be consistent, be perfect, and make sure you take care of the little. So when the big windfall comes, you'll be able to take care of it. Have a wonderful, fantastic Friday.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you again for being here. Thank you so much. Audience, we say thank you to Sister Miriam for showing up on this fun, fantastic Friday, which is about finance. So, yes. So, as we take a little break into this session, I just want to make a little advertisement as we put up here. Now, this is intermission, but as I go to intermission, I want you to pay attention to the screen. I will be showing something because when I come back, I will be asking you, the audience, because this is not a monologue. This is dialogue between you and I. As we return to the second half, I hope you were sitting right here and I hope you were paying attention on this and this first half of the show. Now, while we were out, while Miriam left, I put up a screen. So please raise your hand or type in yes that you saw the screen. If you saw the screen, put in the comment section that you saw the screen and let me know. So I could know that you saw the screen, because now we are going to roll into some more juicy stuff. Let me know that you saw the screen. Yeah. Let me know that you saw the screen that I put up while Miriam was exiting the show. I put up a screen. Please comment that you saw the screen. Yes? No? Did anyone saw that screen? Anybody saw that screen? Do I need to put up the screen again? So, okay, Georgia, you seeing it? All right. Now, did you notice the faces on that screen? Because there were like probably about 6 people on that screen. And I want to put up that screen again because Georgia saw the screen. Now, Georgia is not the only one here, so Georgia saw that screen. And because Georgia saw that screen, we are going to talk about the ism, the finance ism. Huh? And sometimes I like the word finance because every time I see the word finance, I'm thinking about fiance. Brought to you by the letter F. Every time I see that word finance, I think growing up, I love English because growing up, I always mistake the word finance for fiance. You know, finance, fiance. It looks like the same word to me. You know, it looked like it's absolutely the same word. And I try to, it took me a long time to figure out the difference between finance and fiance. It took me a while to figure it out. But, but we are on finance. So we're not on fiance. We're on finance. Finance ism. We are talking about the ism of finance. So I put up a screen and Georgia saw the screen. So because Georgia saw the screen, I am going to put up the screen again. I am going to put up that photo one more time for those who missed it. Maybe you were having a drink. You know, you put up your drink like that. You missed it. So if you missed it, I am going to put it up one more time for those who did not notice the screen. Yes. So let's put it, let's put up that screen one more time. That is a screen. And on that screen, I list few people that are some of the wealthiest people in the world. But somewhere in there, you saw a young girl with a flower sitting right there. Like she's like on the bottom, in the middle of the bottom row. She got a little flower stuck into her little fro right there. Then you saw another lady with her baby. Then you saw some young men. Now, when we are talking about finance, we are talking about poor, rich and poor, and rich and poor is always where finance jump in. Finance is in the middle. Finance is at the end. Finance around rich and poor. So whether you're rich and poor, somehow the word finance means something. Somehow when we talk about finance, it is affecting somebody, somewhere, somehow. Now, since we are talking about the ism of finance, on that very photo that I showed up, I list Oprah Winfrey's on there. I believe she's considered the world's richest, wealthiest. I don't even want to say rich because when we say rich, the negative connotation to that is not rich is not really that you have money. It's wealthy. Simply means you have money. Wealthy. So when you're rich, you could be rich in love, you could be rich in compassion, you could be rich in other things. Not money, not money. So we want to clear that. Wealthiest woman, okay? Wealthiest. You're headed in the direction with the millionaires. Rich for your For your goal. Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. You see where you saw me on, you saw me there. You saw me on that photo. I was right there. If y'all didn't notice it was me, it was me. I was right there in the middle. I was right there on the second row with my flower in my hair. Yes, I was. I was right there. Now, Oprah Winfrey. My sister Oprah. Oprah, my great inspiration. Yes. I love Oprah because Oprah inspired me to be right here today. Just to let y'all know. Oprah inspired me. How many years ago? Probably over 30 years ago, I've been watching Oprah. And I kept saying, woo, wee. I mean, she wasn't as wealthy as she is today, but she had something. She had a drive. She had a drive. And I look and I just look at Oprah like, how did you get over there? I didn't want to be Oprah because I don't want to be Oprah. See, I don't want to be nobody but Verona. But I just wanted to know 30 years ago, how did Oprah get on the TV? How did she, why am I looking at her on the TV? How did she get over there? But as I watch Oprah every day, faithfully, consistently, because we talk about this word consistently, I consistently sat in front of my TV every single day and watch Oprah Winfrey show. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm so inspired by this lady. Good. But I am talking about that, not because the inspiration. I'm talking about how wealthy she is today. How wealthy. But I tell you what, the next person, the person beside her is Tyler Perry. Oh no, listen now, Tyler Perry, my brother, I salute you just the same. I salute Tyler Perry. I watch him, I listen to his story and all the things. I told you we all got a story, right? We all got a story. And I watched him. And I watched all this Madea thing. I have a whole collection of his Madea stuff. I've been to all his plays and all that good stuff. I do all of that. Yes, I did. I did all of that. Sat up in the front row, right there, looking at all of his plays. Yes, I did. From Madea went to jail to you and to all that good stuff. Now, I'm saying this to say that ism can happen to any one of us. They didn't just get up and they became wealthiest people in the world. They didn't just get up and all of a sudden they're wealthy and they become one of the wealthiest or the wealthiest. No. They had an ism. They went to that ism phase. And that ism can happen to any one of us. Because you see, when we talk about rich and poor, now we talk about rich and poor, but we want to talk about wealthy and poor because you can be poor, but you got a rich mentality. You can be poor, not having money, but you got a rich mentality. And what we want to do on this platform, we are encouraging people, we are inspiring people, we are empowering people. We are telling you that this is a platform, no judgment, to let you know I'm here to help you raise the consciousness of your mind. We want you to make conscious decisions. Now, when you make conscious decisions, you will see the conclusion of that decision will either leave you poor or wealthy. So you can be poor or wealthy because you can be poor, but you got a rich mentality. But we don't want you to just have a rich mentality. We want you to rise up so you can have finance. So you go up to financial freedom. We want you to go to financial freedom. But when you go up to financial freedom, you see that you can rise up and be right in that position. You see, Oprah is not the only one in that position. So we can get up there. Tyler Perry is not the only one in that position. We can get up there. Bill Gates is not the only one that's in the position. We all could get up there because the road is right here for every last one of us. They started out in the ism. Absolutely. Tyler Perry slept in his car for how many years? So we all got that ism, and we all can get that ism. But let me remind you something, audience. Not because they are the wealthiest at this moment that the ism cannot reach them. Because that ism, even though we are talking about finance ism right now, they could be experiencing some form of ism somewhere. But today is Friday. And Friday come around and people like, oh, we got paid. It's Friday night. I got money in my pocket. We going to spend. You heard Miriam just now. She said, budget. And I encourage you all the time to write things down. Another person I forgot to put on the list is Steve Harvey. I watched him throughout the years as well. I watched him when he started on, when he did on the Apollo Theater. I watched Steve Harvey. Yes, I did. And I watch him now, and as he's just going, he's just flourishing and just going. Everywhere you turn, you open your eyes, Steve Harvey is right there. But he had a story. He experienced that ism. But somewhere his mentality was rich. So we got to have a rich mentality. And it's not about the wealth. The wealth comes when you start thinking that you can rise above that poverty level. And when you can rise above that being poor, you can see that wealth is waiting for you. Wealth is everywhere for everyone. Let me tell you, wealth is for everyone. And no one should be so wealthy that the other one is so poor. Yes? No one. As I mentioned, growing up, we learned a piggy bank. We learned how to save in a piggy bank, put that little change in the piggy bank. And I know somewhere between Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, somewhere they had some money tucking somewhere. Somebody taught them something. Somebody taught them about budget that, listen, if you got $5, don't spend all the $5. No, if you go to school with $5 for your lunch money, just spend $2 and buy something. And somewhere, all of them learn how to budget something, not when they got to this age, but somewhere while they were younger. They learned how to budget. Somewhere you heard Miriam talk about it. They detailed something. So I know for sure that they were being specific. I want a pair of sneakers, but they know they couldn't afford a pair of sneakers. So what is it that they did? Some of them maybe didn't eat no lunch. Some of them say, hey, if my mom gave me $5, I'm going to spend only $1. I'm going to put the $4 underneath my bed, underneath my pillow, and I'm not spending because I need that sneaker. So when we want something, we can always go get it. But when we have that mentality of how we are going to budget ourselves, we don't overspend, because when we overspend, we are causing a pain to ourselves. We are messing up our mentality. Because if we're in a poor environment, poor, very poor. Why is it that we are spending more than what we have? No, we should not be doing that. You heard Miriam talk about it. We should not be doing that. We should be specific. So if you're poor, what is it that you have? So if you have in a poor neighborhood, poor community, and you have $1, should you take that dollar and just spend all of it because you can? No. You spend 25 cents. Take 25 cents out of it and you say, okay, I am going to buy a little popsicle today. You quench your thirst with a little popsicle, okay? Or you're going to buy a bottle of water. Quench your thirst with a little bottle of water. But now you still have some change. Tomorrow you might get another $1. You put it on there and you spend another 25 cents. And you see, you're still 75 cents. No, tomorrow you got 150. I was never good in mathematics growing up, but I tell you what, I know how to put 2 and 2 together. So if you spend 25 cents out of your $1, you got 75 cents today. And tomorrow you got $1.50 tomorrow. So let us be specific and let us be responsible for the little things that we have. When we are responsible for the little, when someone pour in something else, you see that you become more responsible. You become more responsible. We want to develop this mentality of how we deal with money. We want to develop this mentality of the relationship that we have with money. What is the relationship that we have with money? Because the relationship that we have with money makes a difference. It makes a solid decision of how we spend it. Because if we are not responsible, the relationship that we have is an irresponsible relationship. So you don't have nothing today, and I hand you $1 million, it's going to be gone tonight. I'm just saying. Let us be responsible. Yes, he even was living in his car like Tyler Perry, and they don't want to get backwards, so they do have money tucked away for sure. Yes, we're not going to go to that place. We want to come out of our ism, because when we come out of one ism, we know how to deal with the other ism. So when we come out of that financial ism, we know how to deal with the emotional ism, the mental ism, the spiritual ism, the physical ism. We want to know how to deal with that ism. We want to know how we are going through that ism. So absolutely, when you learn how to manage the little bit, you know how to roll through and go through. We want to go through. You see, I'm going to put another photo up. And yeah, I am going to put another photo up here. Do I have that photo? Yes. Now pay attention to this photo as well. Now you saw that photo? That photo is listing the top 10 poorest country in the world. Why should we have such a thing? Why should we have the top 10 poorest country in the world? Why? Why? Is it that we are not budgeting our money? Is it that they're wealthiest somewhere with all of their money? Is it that the wealthiest is not helping the poor? Is it that the wealthiest is taken from somebody? How is it that there are 10, I just put the top 10 poorest country in the world? Why is it that that is a category? Why is it that we are having, I see Somalia as number 2. Number 2. So when they're talking about the poorest, they simply mean your income is below, way below poverty line. Below. Now, when you're below, simply mean maybe your yearly, look at this, $310. $310. So a family having $310. So I am really going to call on those who are out there. Not that we're asking you to share your wealth, but we're just asking you to share your knowledge. Share your knowledge. Continue to share your knowledge, because not that the wealthiest is the wealthiest because they just want to be wealthy. They had a mindset. They struggled and they had a mindset. So we ask you out there who are on the wealthiest list to come forward and help those publicly, help those who need some form of training of how they can rise up. Because being the wealthiest, it is not serving if you are not helping. If you're helping, then you're serving. So we want to serve. We want to support the other. Because when we sit in a poor country, in a category of the top poorest country in the world, that is not a very healthy look. It's not a healthy look for the children that's coming up to be our future. It's not a healthy look for the mother who's trying to replenish the earth. It is not a healthy look for the fathers who are sitting there saying that they cannot help their family. It is not a healthy look. And we want to be healthy, whether in our mind or in our body. So when we're healthy, we want to go into finance with a healthy mentality. Poverty is not the same thing as being poor. And I said this before. Poverty is a mindset. It is a mindset. So if we are born into poverty, we can rise up out of poverty. But if we are born poor, it is for someone to help us. Children don't ask to be here. I oftentimes say this. Children don't ask to be here. Children don't put up a flag and like, hey, I want you to be my parent. When they're children, is that we go and get them. We literally go and get children. It's not children just wave to us and like, hey, come and pick me up. Come and make me. Come and create me. No. It's us as parents that went and said, we want those children. It's us that went and got those children. So we are responsible for them. But when we are in the category of being in the poorest country, the ism of finance is overshadowing us. The ism of finance is killing our children. The ism of finance is causing the gifts and talent that we are born with to be diminished. The ism of finance is causing parents and mothers to cry out to lose their children before time. The ism of finance is causing family to break apart. The ism of finance is causing an entire country to demolish. The ism of finance is not healthy. Audience, if you are listening to me on live, and if you are listening to me on replay, let us find that way of how we can go through this ism. For one, let us work together. My one solution for everything is working together. No matter what ism we are in, no matter what category we fall in. The wealthiest did not get there by herself. Oprah didn't get where she is by herself. Tyler Perry didn't get there by himself. Bill Gates didn't get there by himself. They had someone, they had some form of support. There's some form of support. And I ask you, audience, whether you're watching me on live, replay, whether you will watch this today, tomorrow, whenever you've been watching this, let us consider working together. Let us consider coming together, because when we come together, we won't have the ism that's taking out the future before the future is here. We won't have that ism of wiping out our children before they can have the opportunity to even breathe. The ism of finance is taking out the future. And on this very Friday, as we talk about the letter F, the ism of finance is not even allowing a child to know what F is. Not to know. But one thing I know, there's something about us when we work together, it brings a smile. It brings a smile because the poorest child have a smile. The poorest child, somewhere, there's a smile on their face. Yes, a child that's in poverty got a smile on their face. And the wealthiest got a smile on their face. So if you look at the first photo that I show, they all got a smile on their face. But somewhere you see Tyler Perry, Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, and on the bottom, a poor mother sitting with her baby, latched onto her. A poor father over there, maybe carrying a casket of someone who died of starvation. You never know what that ism will do. I ask you, how is it that you are going through your ism? Your ism will take you out of here before your time. Your ism will either let you be stronger or let you be weaker. I want to encourage you, as you go through this life, remember, something about this ism of finance is what will either make us or break us. So if you have a little finance, be responsible of how you will spend it. Spend wisely. Be detailed. Be specific. And know that little finance can turn into big finance. But when it becomes big finance, don't waste it. Don't waste it. Money wasted cannot be returned. Time wasted definitely cannot be returned. So I ask you, please don't waste time and don't waste finance as well. Invest in someone. Invest in another person who is going through the ism. I tell you what, when we do that, we can replenish the earth and we can lift up humanity more than you think. Humanity cannot be lifted up unless we go from our mindsets, the mentality that we have to make conscious decision. When we make conscious decision, you will see that lifting up humanity will become easier. So I want to thank you so very much for tuning in to this live episode of the Question Live Show. Now I say live because I see in the audience Georgia, I see Sharon, I see Yasmin in the audience, MC Legacy in the audience, Miriam in the audience. So I said live because I want to acknowledge these people to let you know that I see you. And for those who are in the back, that you did not put your name, that you're here, I acknowledge you as well. I just want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Just remember, working together, we get us a stronger community. Working together, we give us a better world. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Question Live Show. Hope to see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Don't forget, we all can go through this ism. It can happen to any one of us.